Hey y'all, Ibrix Guy here, and I want to provide an honest review of the Rep Fitness Power Rack. Now this is the PR-4000 Power Rack, and you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find it and the various accessories that I'm going to talk about. So why did I get this power rack? I mean, there's so many options on the market. Why did I get this power rack? Why did I decide to transition completely to working out at home instead of going to a gym? Well, you know, as we know, in 2020, a lot of the gyms and other things closed, so that threw me off my rocker because I couldn't go to the gym. And at that point in time, I didn't have a home gym, so I just, I got out of the routine. I started getting, whatever you want to call it to be politically correct. I'll say it like it is, started getting fat. Ooh! Hope I didn't scare anybody or offend anybody by saying that. But so I started getting fat, and I'm like, man, I got to start working out again. So I did a lot of research, and you can go to your big box retail store. You can go to, insert store name here, and you can get the deals typically during the holidays. But are those deals really deals? Are you buying something maybe at a lesser price that's a good deal, or is it actually really not? The reality is that a lot of the big box gym equipment is not really built for heavy use. They build it, in my opinion, they build it so that it's good enough to last a little while. And I think their expectation is probably that people are going to use it a few times, tuck it in a corner, and never really realize the inferior build quality. Now, when you're dealing with something like this, and I don't want to misrepresent it in any way, but in my opinion, this is commercial gym quality. I've been going to gym since high school and working out, and this to me is a rock solid gym quality piece of equipment. So I went with this, and there's different color options too. Expand this video's description and click the link there. You can highly customize this. And I'm going to explain the configuration that I used, why I built it to this configuration, and we're just going to go into all of this in a lot of depth. And that leads me to the next thing. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I'll try to respond to your question questions within an upcoming video. So some people build what's called a 4-post rack. So if you built a 4-post rack, you wouldn't have what's behind here. Now, the advantage of a 4-post rack is that it's a smaller footprint. If you don't have as large of a space, that 4-post rack may be for you. Also, there's different height options available. I went with the tallest one. I'm 6'2". And the reason I did that, if I do pull-ups and that sort of stuff, I can get up. I got to get back in shape so I start doing the pull-ups again. But having the taller rack is advantageous if you have a tall ceiling like I do here. But if you don't, you can go, lesser height, which is perfectly fine. Now, this right here, there's different options, and I'm gonna pull out my other camera that I've got here on my phone, so I can show you close-ups of everything as I'm explaining this here. So this is going to make it easier for you to see what I'm talking about. So several options here. This right here, this is for my Olympic barbell, and you can see this. And by the way, I'm using the Rep Gladiator barbell, and you can find it linked within this video's description too. But there's several different options you can get. I like this design. Again, personal preference. What you like for your barbell, that's your choice. And obviously, all these components, they can pop out. You can increase the height. You can reduce the height. Whatever you need to do. Highly customizable. The next piece right here, these are called the pin safeties. There's several options available. Now what this does, if you're working out and you don't have a spotter, if you got in a bind and you couldn't lift your barbell back to what they call, I think these are called J-cups, if you couldn't lift it back to that, if inadvertently if you dropped it, this would hopefully enable your barbell to not hit your chest or any other part of your body. So that's what these pin safeties are for. Completely optional, you don't have to use them, but since I typically don't have a spotter, I think it's a a wise thing to do. Now the bench I've got, this is the adjustable bench. It's flat, it's in the flat position now, but it'll also do decline, it'll do incline. It's obviously got wheels on it and a handle. So see, I can roll this around in and out of the cage if I say I want to, and we're going to get to that here in a second. So see, I can roll this out of my cage effortlessly. Very easy to roll it out of the cage, and now I've got access to this. And what this is for, if you want to sit down and do rowing, you've got a cable attachment right here. Now, not only do you have that for your rowing, also for curls, other type of workouts, but you have the cable attachment up top as well. So this I'm going to use for tricep pull downs. I've got my lat pull down bar. I've got some other accessories here. If I don't want to use the rope for the tricep pull downs, I can use this. I can also use this right here for pull downs. And as I mentioned earlier, for the curls, I can use this. There's so many different types of bars you can get to connect for various workouts. Now, I do have a part coming. It's these little pins that I can plug into these spots, and then that way I'll be able to hang my cable accessories there so they're neat and organized. Now, back to what I was talking about earlier. Why did I go with the 6-post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Why did I go with the 6-post instead of just the 4? If I did the 4, it would have just been the square area. Well, the reason I did that is because, number one, it adds stability. Look how stable this is. And I chose to not bolt down. If you're going with a 4-post, you're probably going to have to bolt it down to make sure it's safe and sturdy. So that's why I went with the 6-post. This right here is called the rear base stabilizer, and then this is the lat pull. Well, I call it the lat pull down, but it's, you can use it for lat pull downs and other workouts too. But that's an option that you can get for this PR-4000 power rack, and that's one of the main reasons that I bought the PR-4000 power rack, because I wanted a gym quality cable system for cable type workouts, primarily the lat pull down, the rowing, and then also of course the tricep pull down. Those are my big things. But being able to exercise my back as well as my triceps is super nice. So I felt that this add-on for me was necessary. But you can see I added this right here, what's called the rear base stabilizer, which is required if you use this cable, if you purchase the cable accessory for it. But it makes this thing just super sturdy. I mean, unless you feel this in your hands, you can't appreciate how sturdy this PR-4000 rack is. And there's just so many things you can do with this. And as I mentioned previously, you've got the pull-up bar here. You can get some fancier pull-up bars. I just went with the basic one, but you can get some that have different types of grips. I'm not big into pull-ups, so I didn't really, the basic option was fine for me. But yeah, you may want to choose a different type of pull-up bar option. But you can do so much in here, from bench pressing to squats. I mean, it's one of those things, man. When you've been going to the gym for a long time, you know what all you can do in a commercial gym. And this is, a lot of that stuff, especially if you're like me, you do a lot of stuff in with cables, which I've got my cables. You do a lot of bench pressing. You got your bench pressing. If you don't want to bench press, heck, I've got my dumbbells over here. I can do dumbbell workouts without a cage. But, the value add of having this cage is that Now I can do pretty much anything I could do in a gym, and I don't have to pay for a gym membership. I don't have to worry about, you know, if the government shuts the country down again, how am I going to work out? No, they better not shut down my home gym, because I can work out whenever I want to. But, you know, just being prepared and, you know, being able to have good equipment to stay in shape. And yeah, this PR-4000 power rack, I just wanted to give, you know, an honest and in-depth look at it after I assembled it. I assembled it a few days ago, and obviously I'm going to post a ton of follow-up videos after I use it. One quick tip, when you build, if you purchase one of these and build it out, I would recommend lubricating all your pulleys. I used a silicone lubricant, and that just makes everything, it's a super smooth. You know, like I said, I mean, this thing just as good of a premium feel as a commercial gym, in my opinion. I mean, this thing's solid. The pulley action smooth. You know, it's just, it's an amazing, as they would say across the pond, and you may be across the pond, it's an amazing piece of kit. It's an amazing piece of kit. It really is. It's a very impressive, not just the tactile feel of it, but, you know, everything down to the finishing. The finishing is really nice. The bolts that hold it together have a very premium feel, man. I mean, they're heavy duty. There's nothing to this. There's nothing about this that makes me nervous to work out with a considerable amount of weight. Now, again, my objective is to not be a bodybuilder. You know, I don't care about getting, hey, man, I'm swole, dude. That's not my intent, and that's cool. I mean, if that's what you like to do, that's fine. My thing is, I'm just trying to get rid of my gut and, you know, just get rid of this fat. So, and part of getting rid of fat, you know, you can do all the cardio you want to, you know, and everybody is different, but you can do all the cardio you want to. But if you don't mix strength training in with your workout routine, you're probably not going to see the same results. You know, so my objective is to use low to medium weight, a lot of reps, and you know, just get the tone back, get the, you know, the biceps and the triceps, get the pecs, you know, get the six-pack back, and just look good and feel good. So that's my objective, and again, that's how I'm going to be using it. Again, I got the dumbbells only up to 50 pounds. You can tell I'm not a bodybuilder. You may be, but that's why I'm saying this, because if you are a bodybuilder, I mean, this thing is solid, dude. I mean, this is not a big box retailer piece of equipment. This is professional gym equipment. It was actually easy to assemble. And now I will tell you, these are heavy. Now, if you work out, you're probably strong. It's not going to be an issue. But what I did, and the assembly instructions are online. Rep Fitness was super, super nice about explaining a few questions I had, but I didn't film the assembly of this piece of equipment. I did these other pieces of equipment. I filmed assembly videos, but I didn't film an assembly video of the PR-4000 just because I figured it would take so long, and it was going to take a little bit of self-education. But, you know, basically, well, let me talk about the assembly process in another video. So subscribe to my channel and check out that video so you can hear my comments in regards to how easy it was to assemble the PR-4000 from Rep Fitness and the lessons learned while assembling the PR-4000 from Rep Fitness. But again, if you're serious about fitness, if you're looking for something where you can do a ton of workouts like you would do in the gym, definitely the the PR-4000 rack. Even if you don't care about using it to bench press, maybe you've already got a bench for bench pressing that does the job. I mean, that's simple. It's just typically a bench with a thing to put the barbell on top. It doesn't have to be anything cool. But if you've already got a bench and you're like, well, why do I need a power rack? Again, this power rack, in my opinion, is worth purchasing for the cable option alone, because you're getting a very premium professional gym quality piece of equipment, and you've got the same, the cable functionality like you would find in a gym that you're potentially paying a considerable amount every month to be a member of. And then you got to factor in the gas to and from that gym and the time driving to and from the gym. Time is money. So, this in my opinion is worth, the PR-4000 is worth purchasing alone, is worth purchasing for the sole purpose of adding this cable system to it. Because by having cables, if you've been in a gym, and maybe you're a first timer and that's fine, but if you've been going to the gym a long time, you know how important it is to mix in cable workouts along with your dumbbells, your barbells, and other workouts. I mean, it's a different, it just really, in my opinion, it helps me to get ripped more quickly by throwing in the cable workouts. So yeah, I am super impressed, and I have really, I could try to complain about something, but there's nothing I can complain about at this point. But yeah, this is the PR-4000 from Rep Fitness with the lat pull down accessory. So again, that was an add-on, but it's worth every penny in my opinion. And again, you can expand this video's description and click the link there to find where to order everything online. Thanks for your viewership, and be sure to subscribe, and best of luck with your fitness goals. And ring that bell icon when you subscribe. That'll notify you whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Iric Guy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.